Hi everyone, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelly and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. We'd love for you to join the fam, and if you're returning, thank you so much. It means the world to me. So today we're doing a reading about what our guides are, or how our guides are guiding us, a message from our guides. Lots of energy going around right now. I've been bogged down by it. I wonder how you guys are feeling. Yeah, and I really wanted to come on camera and do a film. It's been a bit since I've been on camera. World has been crazy and life has been crazy, and I've been really busy with other things, and it's really nice to be able to sit down and talk to you guys again. So, as you know by the title, it is a pick a card. Well, pick an ornament really at this point, as you know from the picture on the thumbnail. First group is going to be this gorgeous peacock. The second group is going to be this absolutely gorgeous lion. So I've already got the cards. We're ready to go. Now I'm dropping them everywhere. I hope that you guys are doing well. I've missed talking to you, so this is as much therapy for me as hopefully it is for you. Okay, so let's get you some cards. All right, so I did a small meditation before starting this video, and I knew it was definitely for group one because the peacock did come out in it, so it was resplendent and shining and beautiful, and it was huge and it was gorgeous. So all of those good things. So I knew these cards and these decks were definitely for group one. And really the theme of the entire meditation was like movement. I would say it was like the 8 of Wands incarnate. I felt like I was, let's see if you guys follow me, if you're some old school people here, you know, like in the olden days, there used to be like at amusement parks, like log rides on water, and some of them had like a few dips and stuff. And, you know, like I think like Disney World or Universal has some that are like a little bigger, like Jurassic Park ones that are on water. Well, it was something like that. And all of a sudden I reached a top of, you know, a hill or a mountain or some kind of elevation on water, and I was just free flowing down. Like it was like whoosh. And I thought, is that an elevator at first? I'm like, how would there be an elevator on water? But it wasn't. And then there was a splash, and then I was moving. Obviously I was in some kind of like vessel, but then it turned out to be like a speedboat, and that boat was just going really fast, creating a really large wake in its wake. And yeah, it was just going. It was really cool. So maybe some of you are water people. It's funny because I have anchors on today, which was really interesting. But it just kept going. It didn't stop. And then when it was turning like a bend, all of a sudden it felt like a rocket ship. Like a cartoony rocket ship though, leaving the water and going straight up. So I'm like, okay, there's so much movement. And I'm like, okay, so let's just go with it. And as it was getting up higher and higher, like about to, you know, break orbit, I saw like the clouds, the atmosphere changing, and it was like kind of moving. Like I felt the rotations of the earth. So I'm like, I kept seeing the movement of everything, and I felt the movement of everything. Yeah, so that's what I saw. So either you guys are hitting the stratosphere, you guys are about to shine, you guys are going to start going like full speed ahead at something. Maybe that's what your guides want you to know, that like you may be quiet and still right now. You may be in silence, right? Like in a desert moment, but that's going to change very quickly for you. It's definitely going to change very quickly for you because, as I said, it was like the Eight of Wands incarnate. It was just like, go. It was all go. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I have an oracle, I have tarot and oracle mixed together, and I have a deck that I'm going to use for what's blocking you potentially, and I have an archetypes deck to just find out like what kind of archetype does your guide or your guides want you to embody at this time. So let's get a card for you. All right, for group one, please. All right, I'm just going to keep the one. If not, this will go forever. So let me... All right, I'm going to move things around because I don't have space right now. Let's get some tarot for you guys. Please, Spirit. Ooh. All right, you know what? I am taking them because I think I should. So, bottom of the deck, what do we have? The Hierophant. Maybe all this movement's coming in Taurus season, which is right after Aries season, and I'm filming this as we have entered Aries season. So maybe you're a Taurus. Maybe you're going to start committing yourself fully to a path or a decision that you make and you embark on it. And maybe even sit, because I feel like you're going from 0 to like 100 potentially. So maybe you make a decision. Maybe you commit yourself. And you know that once you say yes, or you accept, or you make that decision to move in that direction, that you're on that ride, right? You're on that path. You have to walk the walk. You have to run the run. Maybe some of you guys are going to do... It's like as though your guides are saying your follow through of whatever is that you're committing yourself to is going to come up fast and require you to be ready to move in its direction. This also could be that you are, on the flip side, if it's spiritual, if it's metaphysical, you may be receiving a lot of downloads. You may be getting an epiphany of things to come. I just got like a foreshadowing of things to come. That's interesting. Underneath that, we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah. You're about to go. You're about to move. Ready, set, go. And then let go underneath. Like, you let go of those balloons, they're going to be taken and moved rather quickly. I was going to say maybe some of you guys are doing like marathons. I don't know. That's just, I was going to say it before and I thought it was kind of weird, but I just got in my mind's eye with let go, a ready, set, go type of thing. Like this is the starting point for you. Like someone's about to, the starting pistol is going to go off and you're going. Yeah, I think this message really is about giving you forewarning, giving you foreshadowing maybe of things to come. That hold on tight. It may not feel, right? Right now you may feel stuck or like you have these burdens that are not being relieved, or they're stuck is the word. And your guides are like, hold on, you know, it's not going to be like that forever. It's coming. It's coming. It's exciting. One more, no more. 10 of Swords. Absolutely. There is an ending to this plight, to this wait, to this. Maybe you're waiting to hear. Maybe you're waiting to hear back from somewhere. Maybe you're waiting to receive like an acceptance, a position, a placement, something. I'm not going to go into all of that because the truth is, if you're here, you'll know what this stasis is that you're in. I think that weight is going to be alleviated. Underneath that, you have unveiling truth and the future. Yeah. You have the Four of Pentacles underneath that. Nice, Scott. You're taking a risk. You're being guided to take a risk. No more withholding. No more playing it safe. It's time, right? It makes me think about everybody who gets like giddy with the excitement of going fast, like on the water, like in a speedboat. But you're also kind of scared of it potentially. Maybe it's too fast, so you kind of hold back, or you're like, it may not be the safest thing, or like those that dream of going into space, and then others are like, heck no, I would never do that. Yeah, I'm not talking about the true risks that are associated with all of those things. I'm talking about like the metaphorical, I'm kind of scared to do it. It seems exciting, but I can't do it. And I think that maybe you may find yourself feeling that way, you know, with everything that's coming your way. You may find yourself with a moment's hesitation, with a moment's doubt if you're doing the wrong thing, or with a doubt of like, is this really what I chose to do? Is this really what I'm making myself do? Yeah, there's something like that potentially. This is exciting. All right, where am I? I'm going to leave this here. So let's take a look at this. Well, let's get your blockage. I think I'm going to do that now. What kind of blockage does group 1 have right now? Justice. It's the waiting. You know, justice takes time. Things have to balance out. This is also me thinking of like judgment, you know, someone's judgment, meaning, you know, someone's taking time to make a decision on you. The doors aren't opened yet for you to enter whatever this is, but this hammer is going to hit and it's going to be your turn. You may be waiting to hear on a judgment, considering I said judgment. You may be waiting to hear, and I meant in the legal sense, but I think that it's really the literal definition of a judgment. Someone saying, okay, I choose you. Someone needs to make a choice on you potentially for you then to make a choice if you're going to go down this path or not. I think that once you are confronted with it, you may have doubts and or fear. So really dig deep and see where these doubts are coming from. Maybe this is some of you, considering it's the blockage, need to hammer out a contract, negotiate, pay, hammer out the details. How do I make this possible in my life? Okay, I'm gonna get my glasses. Let's see what we have here. We have responsibility. What do we have here? The scales of justice. Wow. We are having the full moon in Libra. So if you're watching this during this time, that full moon in Libra may become when justice is served for you. Again, I think this is a foreshadowing from your guides, letting you know it's coming. You know, with the word responsibility, you know, this is the right scapula. It's a lot of weight on your shoulders. And maybe that's where the doubt is going to come in. Maybe you feel like, hey, can I really do this? Can I really take on this role? Am I good enough? You are. You absolutely are. I just think those are the little negative self-talk scenarios that may pop in your mind. But you got this. It is a big responsibility. Whatever you're going to be doing is going to be a big responsibility. And maybe that's why I was going into that risk taking and then using all the examples of like being on a boat or going into outer space and, you know, all that stuff. Maybe there is a true risk involved. Maybe you're starting your own company and there's a big risk involved. There's a big investment. Maybe you have to move for this position. Maybe your life is going to change so much that you think there's risk involved. Losing friendships, losing connections, failing, because really that's a huge fear for so many of us. Shouldering that responsibility is not wrong. Because you have to shoulder responsibility, which we do every single day and decide to do every single day, does not mean that responsibility and that act is wrong. That's maturing. That's knowing how much you can carry. That's knowing that leads to growth. That leads to accomplishment. Yeah. So it's a decision you're going to have to take. It's a decision in the end that you're going to, I think, equivocate a little bit over. But you're being set up to shine. You're being set up to succeed in this position, especially when you can see that the gold or the light at this end here. Meaning you can balance the responsibility on your shoulders. It is possible. And for a lot of you, I'm getting like, this is on your path. This is what you're meant to do. This is what you're meant to carry. This is what you're meant to overcome. It's what you're meant to shine at. It's what you're meant to fix. And yeah, it's like what you're meant to do. Your first tarot is the Ten of Wands. Talk about responsibility. But I really feel like this is where you're coming from, potentially a position, something in your life that feels like a burden. So I even said that with the Hierophant. Maybe you're coming from a place where the responsibilities you were responsible for were too much, unfair, right? Unfair. And now you're being given an opportunity where you will be treated fairly, paid fairly, given equal opportunity, maybe. I mean, we're looking at tens. We had the Ten of Swords here. We have the Ten of Wands here. You're ending a very burdensome and long struggle. And I think you're going to be given the opportunity to enter a new phase where you're going to be treated better. So if that's, by the universe, karmically, or if it's in the 3D where you're paid better, better hours, better company, better benefits, maybe better relationships, better lovers, better friends, the entire Pentacle world. I think that you are going to see the betterment of the situation in this new opportunity or in what you're waiting for. I feel like you've been going around in circles with all of that, waiting to be able to put this down to start something new. It's like a person who doesn't quit their job without having a new one. You know what I mean? That's really smart and responsible. And I think you're going to be rewarded for that. That's all I'm getting, is you're going to be rewarded for that. And hopefully have some fun with it, because it was fun. My experience and what I was doing in my meditation was fun. It was exciting. So maybe you're finally landing a position that is fun, something that you studied for, something that's really a passion project for you. That would be awesome. All right, so let's take a look at all these. We got quite a few here. Wow, there is something about risk-taking. And maybe a lot of you may feel like this is going to be a risk, especially if you've been really responsible doing whatever you're doing. We have Serpent's Gambit. Walking through and making sure that you're not putting yourself at risk. This is what I think you're going to be coming head to head with. And I think your guides are guiding you through this maze of serpents, through this maze of should I not? Is it worth it? Is it silly of me or foolish of me to leave something that I know for something that I don't? I think that's where the guidance is coming in. Because I think there's the promise of betterment for you from your guides. This is freaking amazing. The Justice card. Okay, maybe some of you are Libras. If you're a Libra and you're watching this, this is saying this is for your, not only is it for your betterment, it's your empowerment of you. And if not, and you're watching this in the beginning of April, we are looking at the full moon in Libra. This is where you will be asked to shed the old, to welcome the new. In Aries, which is the fire, right? And we had the Knight of Wands. Yeah. Justice is finally going to be coming in your favor. The scales are tipping in your favor. There is, whilst justice is a true and objective examination of everything, to come to a judgment, I think that there is a worry here of you getting caught up in the, I don't know, I want to say nuances, but maybe the details that are not allowing you to see the bigger picture of what's waiting for you. I'm getting like fear of failure. I think fear of failure may pop up. Justice is equitable. The fact that none of these cards came out in reverse is telling me that justice will be equitable. So where you may have felt where things were unequal, not fair to you in some way, or just felt that they were too burdensome on you, the responsibility was too much on you, I think you're being given an opportunity where things will be fair for you moving forward. Echoes of Legacy, Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I see exactly what this is. Okay, my sweet loves. That's exactly what I've been picking up on from the beginning. Everything I just said with justice. We have Echoes of Legacy, Seven of Swords, and Knight of Swords. This is your fear that whatever comes next for you, whatever this opportunity is, will become or is another version of what you've come from, right? You're concerned it's too good to be true. You're concerned it's going to play out and pan out the way your last opportunity did. You know, you are afraid of it. But I think that you're being told with the Knight of Swords, you're being guided with the Knight of Swords, that this is the direction that you should be moving in. This is the fair and just direction you should be moving in. This reading really is to calm your fears regarding what's going to be coming towards you in the near future. And I would say this is probably going to hit home strongly in Taurus season. So end of April, April 20th, and through May. This is exciting. It's exciting. And I have to say, it's normal. It's okay. Everybody goes through this. Everybody fears that they're getting themselves, that they're repeating a cycle, that they're getting themselves into the same type of relationship, that something's going to go wrong, that it's going to play out again how it played out before. And I really and truly feel that's not the case. I don't. Sometimes we have to be bold. Sometimes we have to take a risk to attain our dreams, to see if they're possible. Nothing's guaranteed, but what is guaranteed is that you tried. I would hate for you not to try and to have that regret. And I have to say, your guides are here with you. They're telling you, we've got you. We've got you. We're helping you. We're showing you the way to justice. To justice. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. I do think it's going to come fast. So if you get an offer, you may not have a lot of time to think about it. I think that whatever this is, I don't think you're going to have a lot of time to mull things over. So hopefully you've been doing that during this downtime. I think that you're going to have to do a lot of introspection, maybe meditate yourselves, tune in to your higher self. Listen to your gut. What is it telling you regarding this opportunity? And I think that you're going to have to move pretty quickly on it. It's easy to talk ourselves out of success. It's easy to allow negative self-talk, fear of failure take over. If it only wasn't, right, that easy, but it is. So I think that's something you're going to be wrestling with. So let's get an archetype. What kind of archetype does your guide or your guides want you to embody regarding this message? Group one. We're going to get one here. Let's see. We're going to go this way. Samaritan. You have two. The Sage and the Samaritan. I feel like I was going to say the Samaritan is and are your guides. And the Sage is you, that you have the wisdom within you. You know what you should do. You know that you want more, deserve more. And karma's balancing to give it to you. The wheel is turning in your favor. So for Samaritan, we have angel, caregiver, guardian, healer, and Samaritan. Definitely. These are definitely. This is a nod to them. Wow. And then we have for Sage, we have these belong to. Now I get it. So the Sage belongs to the archetypal family of the detective, the mentor, the sage, the shaman, the translator. Wisdom, intelligence, truth-seeking, clarity of thought, rational decision-making, prudence, talent as a diligent researcher. Absolutely. Well, there you go. They're telling you, right? Your guides are telling you that you have the wisdom to figure this out, to make this decision, that you have that there's nothing wrong with being diligent and prudent in a situation, but that in the end, you're the one who knows your inner truth. You're the one that needs to make the decision. But you're being held, you're being guided, you're being surrounded. Maybe you can tap into a good Samaritan here in the 3D. Someone that you trust. If you can't make this decision, you're having difficulties doing your pros and cons list or finding that inner compass, find someone that you do trust. Someone that you look up to potentially. Someone that just gives great advice. Talk to them because they may be a Samaritan and a Sage also in your life. The Sage responds well to expert opinion, but is inherently a pragmatic skeptic. Yeah, that's, I think, a lot of you in group 1. I think that you're skeptical of, or may become so, because you don't want it to not turn out the way that you think it should. You know, you're afraid that it's not going to be as rewarding, or again, I'm getting it's just too good to be true. There are absolutely opportunities that are too good to be true. I don't think this reading is regarding those. I really think this could be about self-sabotaging behaviors that creep in, fear of failure. Yeah, I just did a reading, I don't remember when, where one of the groups, I don't know if it was my zodiac signs or not, where imposter syndrome was really big. I think it was Virgo, actually. I think it was Virgo. So that may be something that you've been working through and succeeding at. But maybe this triggers that because it's a great opportunity. It's made for you. I definitely think this is on your path. Yeah. I kind of been just repeating the same thing over and over again. I think your guides came in really strongly. I think that you have a lot of guidance from them. I think that you're being definitely like spoken to. So if you're not feeling that or hearing that yourself, meditation is great. Walking outside, grounding yourself, allow them to, appear to you in however is best for you. Ask them, just talk to them. Like ask them at night when you're going to bed, can I get a message tonight? Can my dreams give me some kind of guidance? Because that's another way I think that they could talk to you. But in the end, you got to go with that gut. You got to just make sure that you're separating fear from what you know is a truth within you. This is really exciting. I would love to hear from you guys how this pans out. I do think that you're going to be very, very, very busy. I think that the stasis again is going to be dispelled and you're going to be go, go, go. And that alone is going to be a lot for you, but it's going to be great. And it's really well deserved. I have to say that it's very well deserved. And you're going to see a lot of shining success from it. You absolutely are. It's going to feel like a roller coaster, but a good one. It's going to be fun. Scary, but fun. And those are awesome opportunities when you're tickled with excitement. And of course, things are scary. But once you start succeeding and exceeding your own expectations, it's such a great feeling and it's such a great accomplishment that everyone should, experience. So, all right. I wish you so much luck. Love you. Bye. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your portion of the reading. I had the craziest meditation that I've had in a very, very long time. So like group 1, your animal totem or your little guy here, your lion, came out in my meditation. But that's where the similarity stopped. Holy moly. Okay, maybe I should just get into it. So I saw an enormous lion head, and I thought he was like gonna eat something, but he just opened his mouth, and I'm like, is he yawning? But it just stayed open, like, I don't know. I just thought talking or yelling, trying to get someone's attention, like, ah. And then, and then I saw a crocodile head do the same thing, not together. Now it's a crocodile or just the head. I'm saying crocodile because that's what came to me, not alligator. And it's also opening, and I feel like I can see sound waves, but I know I can't see them, but I know that they're there. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew that they're like yelling or calling. It was really weird. So then that moved back to a wolf. It did the same thing. And I'm like, okay, these are all animals. Maybe a lot of you are really into animal totems or animal guides. Maybe you have really strong animal guides. I don't know. I'll tell you, I'm getting to the point. So then I saw this large porcupine, and he starts moving, and then he's like going downhill, and then this is old school. Then he became like the Road Runner, this cartoon that used to run really, really, really fast, like zip around, and the quills are like being pulled behind him, and he's going down, and he's trying to leave, and no one's following him. He's just zooming down. And I'm like, okay. And then kind of like stood up and started walking away. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. But I knew instinctively that's you. And then I saw a large fluffy skunk going down that same hill. And then I started laughing because I knew it was Pepe Le Pew, which is also an old school cartoon. He was like a very amorous, I'm so sorry. Hold on. That skunk, in my mind, Pepe Le Pew, was going after you. So all I got at the end, when I tried to figure this all out, it just came to me that are you really hermiting? And are you, like, people are trying to get your attention. I know they're animals, but I'm thinking of them as people. I think that you have a lot of people clamoring for your attention, and it's too much for you. So are you going through like a bout of introvertedness? Are you going through a bout of like hermiting? Are you overwhelmed? Are you trying to break off a love affair and you're having a person who just doesn't get the point, or you haven't told them that you're not interested? yeah, and maybe this is guidance from your guides, either animal or not, that you're being invited. It's like they're calling you, hey, let's go out. And you're like, no. And you're running, you're booking it. You're like, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, I mean, I completely anthropomorphize these animals. Now I'm hearing and seeing like these animals like calling out to each other, like, hey, and then, that's the lion, and then the crocodile is like, hey, like, you want to go out, and they're trying to round you up. They're like, yeah, go call Porcupine. And Porcupine's like, hell no, I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah. So let's take a look at these cards. I'm dying to find out what this is. I really am. Well, that stayed, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to see if anything else wants to come out for you. Oh, that was fast. Different. All of this is completely different than group 1, so that's cool. Let's get you a blockage card for group 2. Anything else flip in here? All right, let's get you some tarot. What is going on with you, group 2? Or your guides have an amazing sense of humor. Anything else for group 2, please? And I'll take that one. I will put that here. Let me get my glasses and see what we have. All right, group 2. We have power, third finger and toe. Look at that. Okay, there's a lion and there's a lioness. So this definitely may be a love reading for you from your guides. And look what the hand is doing. And I feel like this may be what you're doing to someone. There's a lot here that I need to unpack. Maybe this is guidance that your friends or your partner feel like you are giving them the finger. Like you're not appreciating them. Or that you're hurting their feelings a little bit because you don't want to do anything with them. Or you're in a position or in a situation emotionally where you're not able to engage with them the way they would like, maybe. And then you have dreaming with occipital. It's what you're seeing. Are you disappointed in how things have turned out in your social life, in your relationships? And you're figuring out how to cut ties. This is an interesting one. All right. Your blockage. Okay. This is definitely a love affair for someone, for a lot of you. Your blockage is sexual attraction. We are coming up to this full moon in Libra, if you're in the beginning of April. But even without that, you may be considering, and that's why you are so closed off to everyone, because you are trying to figure out how to break up with someone, how to disassociate yourself from someone that you no longer have those type of feelings for. I don't know if you've told them, or maybe they're not taking the hint that, this is not working. I no longer want to be with you, because that cartoon character is quite adamant. So you may have tried to disassociate or break up with someone, and they just they're not honoring the boundaries, or they're trying really hard to win you back maybe, and you feel pursued in a way that you don't like, and it's pushing you to a limit. I think this could also be for a cross watcher, but I don't know how that would work. This is interesting. I do feel this gives me, like, this tells you exactly what's going on. And that's what I was feeling about you, kind of like closing off to everyone. We're going to have to get advice on that. And maybe your guides are pushing you to be upfront more. Because I could see how you may not have yet. Maybe this is your guide saying, hey, it's time. You can't keep just shunning them, hoping they're going to go away. You know, it's time for you to be clear and do the thing that you don't want to do, because you don't want to be the bad guy, or you don't want to break someone's heart, or you don't want to be like that person who they'll think, you know, is a whatever later on. We often have to be that person in our lives. You know, not everyone's going to like you. You can't have every relationship end on friendly terms. If you're one of those people, I can see how this is getting to you. And your guides are like, you can't keep running. You're not going to be friends with every ex. Even if you want to, even if that is your desire, their desire may not be after you have this conversation with them. And I think you may know that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what your tarot has to say. The Death card and the Moon. I don't mean to laugh. Oh God, I'm sorry. I know that you're going through it, but it's like as though if I have a loved one here, like one of my nieces and nephews, I would be like, it's time for you to, you know, that you should be doing what you need to do. You know, it's like I'm seeing that you're blocking every time they call, or going to making it go to voicemail. And I'll be like, really? Is that what we're doing? You know, there should be a little bit more. Yeah, I hate to call you out, but you're going to have to be the bigger person in the end and just cut ties. I feel like this is a lot of surrendering. This is a lot of cleaning house. I think this is, I know it's extraordinarily difficult when you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But I hate to tell you, your guides, and I'm seeing here, you're already hurting their feelings because you are withholding. And it's better to rip off the Band-Aid than to keep withholding and then making them feel like they're doing something wrong, they're not good enough, that, you know, all these other things that you could potentially be triggering in them. You know, I don't think this breakup is going to be great. I don't. And if this is a friend group or a friend who wants to become more than a friend right now with you, then even more reason you got to break this before it escalates. Because I could definitely see that as a possibility. Hurt them once and don't make it last. Hurt them once, not an incremental bruising, you know, of their ego. Yeah. And then we have, you guys saw these cards. I did not even know this was in here. Okay. I am utterly floored. Thank you so much, Spirit. So I am this reading amazing. the freaking Roadrunner. But it's not the cartoon, but it's the bird. Oh, this is insane. This is such an oh my gosh. All right. I'm so happy I did these readings because I almost didn't do them So this is what I was saying. This is you. Agility, complexity, maneuverability, multi-dimensional, and investigation. Listen, before they set off at an investigation and start stalking you and following you around, I'm telling you, break it off now. Do what's right. That's all I have to say. It's tough love. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off, because if not, you're going to be running from this person forever. And it may feel like that already. In the Nine of Wands. I don't think, and I have to say, I know I keep laughing, I don't think I would be even feeling this way if this was really toxic. So I don't, and I apologize. I really do. I really, really do. And I'm not recording this because, I mean, how could I? You know, Spirit and your guides are hilarious. And the way that they're using me to give this message is part of the message. So maybe you need a friend like me to be like, hey, you know, maybe you need a cool aunt like me to tell you, dude, what are you doing? You know, like, you need to do what you need to do here. And what better time than a full moon? And all these astrological transits right now are prime for you to break free from things that are no longer serving you. And also, that includes your own habits. Forget about other people. It's your own habits, your own ways that you sabotage yourself, your own shadow cords. So this is not only about them, it's about you. It's about doing it for yourself also. But, you know, it is also helping them. The only thing that made me kind of like, that could get really ugly is if it is a person who you are friends with, who want more from your relationship. That is something you need to, like, acknowledge and figure out what you're going to do with that soon, because that could get ugly. And I don't want that for you. And if you've already gone there and you realize it's not the relationship you want, don't keep revisiting this. I don't know if I have to be more blunt than that. Don't keep revisiting this thinking it's just friends with benefits, because you're dealing with people's emotions. And I think it's time for, and if you're that friend and you want more, and that's a mess. It's a mess that I don't think you need. And I think your guides are telling you that, because they're making me feel that very strongly. And I usually am not this passionate and tell it like it is. I mean, you're looking at the Nine of Wands. This is that porcupine running down that hill, like I told you. You are like, you know, trying to figure out how to get away from this person, when all you have to do is stop and tell them. And it may not, and most likely will not be the ending that you want it to be, especially if you're used to having nice, clean endings with people. Guess what? That's just not possible, I think, in this situation. And I think your guides are telling you that, but they're also telling you to do it. Right? You got to work through that fear. Go down that moon path and trust that you're doing the right thing. Even if it's scary, even if things go dark for a little bit, who knows? Maybe you'll be able to get on better terms with them in the future. But it doesn't mean that you don't do it now. Wow. This was, I've had like an emotional roller coaster myself with you guys. This is crazy. Okay, so let's see what kind of archetype do your guides want you to embody moving forward then as advice? Dreamer. Oh, you got 2 in athlete. Oh, that's funny. Well, the athlete with the roadrunner, right? I'm going to give you the archetype family that each of these are in, because that usually is what stands out to me. So for the athlete, we have athlete, hero, liberator, rescuer, and warrior. Yeah, this is about, instead of being the athlete and the runner, right, you have to think about being the hero in this situation. And I do think that that's the issue. That's the issue. You don't want to be disparaged in some way in this, but you still have to be the bigger person and do what's right, in my opinion. Right? This is move in that direction. Move in the direction of wanting to do those things. It's strength, power, discipline, competence, bravery, honor, tenacity, achievement, orientation. Yeah, it's working. It's not cheating and figuring out ways to get around the situation. It's actually playing by the rules. And yeah, I mean, you got me. I know you do. I don't think I need to explain that anymore. And then for dreamer, that's within the child, dreamer, idealist, innocent, and muse. Vivid imagination, creativity in the form of ideas, plans, inventions, and concepts. You know, it's funny, this played out exactly how group 1 did, where it's 2 people. They want you to be the athlete to the dreamer. I do think you're dealing with a person who has an idea of you and maybe has accelerated your relationship in their mind. I don't think it's limerence. That's not limerence. This is a person who's taken what you have and has gone to a next level and has left you behind because you haven't been, maturing, or you haven't been growing with that person at that pace as in their mind. So I think you're dealing with a person who, you got to meet them where they're at. You need to explain to them, and you need to kind of burst their bubble. That's what I'm getting from these 2. Wow. There's like even a bubble, like a child in a bubble. If you look at that, it's like you're bursting their bubble. But wow, this reading has been so channeled in so many ways. It's kind of, for myself, it's a little, it's a lot. I was gonna say it's a little disconcerting, but it's not. I mean, I'm honored to do this reading for you. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to resonate with a lot of people. It's a very specific reading. I feel like it's a reading for someone very personally. If it's for you, here you go. You want to talk? Message me down there. And if this is just, if I try to extrapolate from it, if this is just you trying to clean out the old and to have the new come in your life because the relationships that you have today don't satisfy you, I think your guides are telling you to take action on that and be upfront with people, and they're not just going to fall away. It's going to take you to make the necessary cuts, to make the necessary proclamations and decisions in these relationships. No one's going to do it for you. And if you don't, and you start just ghosting people, it's going to hurt them more in the long run. I mean, you're doing a disservice to them. And I feel, and I know that you guys don't want to be causing more harm. So that's how I would take, if it's not a very specific love relationship like this, that's how I would take this reading as a viewer. So that's what I see for you, group 2. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. You guys are very strong and you're capable of doing this. I just want you to know that you are capable of doing this and you've got this. You really, really, really do. All right, my loves, if you like the video, I would love a thumbs up. Message me down there. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you're interested in a personal read, which maybe some of you are, I do offer them on my Etsy shop. So take a look at the link in my description if you're interested. Love you. Bye.